Welcome back, everybody, to my last brain cell. Happy Friday, Junior. Tomorrow is the second Friday the 13th that we've had in a row this year so far. How crazy is that to think? We are only 3 months in of 2026, and we already have two Friday the 13th. That's crazy. Are you getting any flash tattoos tomorrow? Last year I said to myself, I want to get some flash tattoos on Friday the 13th. I haven't made any kind of plans to make that happen. I just don't care. Like, do I want more tattoos? Yeah, but I think I want my next tattoo to be done at DreamCon. I have a very specific anime tattoo in mind that I want to get, and I think it'd be nice to get my anime tattoo done by anime artists. So I'll wait. But anyway, yeah. Happy Friday, Junior, y'all. How y'all doing? I hope your second week of March has been solid. I can't complain personally. Work is work. You know how that goes. But 2026, we are off to a good start. Like I said in the previous video, goals are looking good. My relationship is looking good. Work has been good. DreamCon's in a couple of months. I'm getting my diet back in order after a few months of shenanigans. So yeah, man, life is good, and we're looking really good for this month of March. But anyway, y'all, I know why you are here, and it's for the question of the day. So today's question of the day, actually, honestly, it's gonna be a repeat, and I apologize. And the only reason it's gonna be a repeat is because I was watching something today that made me remember, fuck, this was so amazing. So, question of the day. What is something, a moment in time, that you wish you could relive again? And for me personally, I don't remember what I said last time, but I think last time it was also media related. I'm pretty sure I said I would love to relive Ip Man fighting down those 10 people again for the first time, because that scene is just so jaw dropping. He effortlessly whooped on 10 black belts without breaking a sweat. But he broke many limbs. However, today while I was doing cardio, I opted out of the Ip Man fights and was really in the mood for an anime fight. So I threw on the season, I think 2 finale of Demon Slayer, the Entertainment District arc, when Tengen fought Gyataro, and it was Tengen and Tanjiro, and then you had Zenitsu and Inosuke fighting the other one, the other high six. I'll never forget. I used to work on Sunday. So this is when this episode came out on Sunday, when Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan were coming on at the same time. And I feel like the Attack on Titan episode was also crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the episode that Gabby shot off Aaron's head and he became the founding Titan. And then I watched that episode first and then watched that Demon Slayer episode. Oh my goodness. My friend had texted the group chat and was like, yo, that Demon Slayer episode was top notch. Animation is stellar. You guys are going to freak out. He said, especially you, Dakota. I know you are. So let me give you a bit of a background. The year is like 2016, 2017. Android 17 was destroyed in the Tournament of Power. At the climax, when all hope seemed lost, Android 17 emerged from the rubble and was ready to put the smackdown on Jiren with Goku and Frieza. The way I yelled in hype, it was crazy, because this was before I started reading manga. So I didn't know what to expect from Super. I know Super deviates from the manga heavily, but I didn't know what to expect. So that moment in time was hype. I overreacted then. There hasn't been a word created yet to explain how I was reacting when that Demon Slayer episode came out. Because I watched it, I was literally gripping like gripping my seat. My entire body was tense from the tips of my big toe to the top of my head. My body was tense like I was in the battle with them. I was fighting for my fucking life too, along with Tanjiro and Tengen. I was right there with them. And then the scene switches, right? Because you get to the point where Tanjiro realizes, damn, like Tengen's gonna reach his limit, even though he's been holding up. Like, I gotta do something. So he jumps up to strike Gyutaro in the neck. And then the scene switches to Zenitsu. And he's still doing whatever he can against old girl. And then Inosuke showed up. When I tell you, I leaped out of my seat, and my back muscles were so tense. I thought I was gonna pop a fucking disc with how excited I was. And I read the manga by then. For Demon Slayer, I read the entire manga. I know everything that will happen in Demon Slayer. But it didn't change the hype aspect especially because shout out UFO Table, they expanded on the fight with Tengen and Gyutaro. So I went back to go read it because I was like, damn, I don't remember being this hyped for this fight when reading it. And it was because the fight happens in a way in the manga where Tengen shows back up with one arm. They explain Tengen's ability, how his sound breathing works, which they didn't really go into in the anime. I assume the anime was like, hope you read the information, I hope you know what's going on. And then it gives you a little bit of a fight. So what you basically get is you get Tengen showing up, you get the explanation of his sound breathing, you get maybe three more panels of a scuffle to finish the page, and then you jump to Tanjiro being like, I gotta go save him. The way UFO Table just took that and said, all right, sit back, we got this. Stellar. Mwah. Top notch. So to answer my own question, if there was a moment in time I could go back to, it would be that specific Sunday. So I could live the hype that was Attack on Titan and live the earth-shattering hype that was Demon Slayer. But let me know what your answers are in the comments. As you can tell, I'm really excited. Like that got me hyped. Just thinking about it. I watched that fight. So when I do cardio, I set the incline up usually at like a 9, and I do my speed like a 3.3, right? Because a 3 is a little too slow. Today I did a 9 with a 3.6 because I started that fight, and I basically maintained it. I had to hold on for some other things I was watching, but for that fight, my heart rate was racing. Yeah, it was insane. Anyway, I digress. Let's get into this wheel here, shall we? Big money, big money. Damn it. Had a good spin. Something random. Man, what can I talk about that? Okay, so shout out my boy Deshaun. He put me on to a brand new show, and it's not brand new. I guess it's brand new to me. It's relatively new. It's called Cross, and it's on Amazon Prime. Now, I don't use Amazon Prime, or Prime Video, I should say, that often. I don't have Amazon Prime. I use one of my homies' Prime Video, and I usually only use it if there's maybe a movie I want to watch that's not available on the other plethora of streaming platforms that I have available to me, or for Legends of Vox Machina and The Boys. That's it. Like I don't really ever and Invincible, I guess. I don't open up Prime Video besides those. So like the next few months, my Prime Video will very much be used because we have Invincible coming out in like 4 days, I think, or maybe next week. I don't remember. I think it's either the 15th or the 18th. But then The Boys comes out in April. So like from like now until May, June, I will be using Prime Video. Anyway, I digress again. So he put me onto this show called Cross. I didn't know what to expect. Aldous Hodge is an amazing actor. His co-actor, Isaiah Mustafa, who is the OG Old Spice guy, dope. He's an amazing actor. I don't know if I've ever seen his acting chops besides that commercial, but the entire cast, man, is stellar. And that first season was nuts. So I was watching it, and you guys know I just finished watching The Blacklist, and there was a character in the earlier seasons who played, or I should say, there was an actor in the earlier seasons who played Elizabeth's husband, Tom Keene. I can't remember the actor's name, but I'll put his name and face on here. Um, but I saw him and I said to my boy, yo, is he staying around? Like, because he does have good chops. And I was explaining to him the role that he played in The Blacklist, which was of Elizabeth's husband, but he was also low key a secret agent for some clandestine service. And while he seemed like very mild mannered Tom Keene, the person that he actually was kind of a psychopath, and how even with like the way he would carry himself between those dual roles. And it's not, and I put it in quotes because if I was talking about Sinners, Michael B. Jordan, I would just say dual role because he was two different people. But Tom Keene's character just carried himself in a way where he appeared to be two different people, right? Like when he was Tom Keene, he was perceived one way, but when he was Jacob, he was perceived a different way. So I asked my boy, like, yo, is he gonna be a mainstay in this show? He didn't answer. I said, all right, cool. So when I learned of his involvement in the show, I was like, they picked the perfect person to play this role because he plays. And if you haven't seen Cross season 1, you got spoilers coming in 5, 4, 3, 2. He plays a serial killer who kills people, who who takes people and basically dresses them up to look like other serial killers. Like he modifies their bodies in various ways to make them look like other serial killers and kills them based on how that serial killer was killed. Feeds them their last meal and kills them. It's nuts, y'all. It's nuts. It was a great first season. And as a character, as a serial killer, as an evil mastermind who's hiding in plain sight, the actor does a phenomenal job. But again, Aldous Hodge, Isaiah Mustafa, and the rest of that cast is phenomenal. And the show is so good, right? So there's 8 episodes, pardon me, and season 2 just came out maybe 2 months ago. So I finished season 1 over the weekend, started season 2 immediately, and I'm pissed. I'm pissed for 2 reasons. A, because season 2, like season 1, will only have 8 episodes, and B, I just caught episode 7. I couldn't even do myself the courtesy of waiting for season 2 to finish before I started. The fuck was I thinking? Yeah, I was addicted. It's a good ass show. And you know, support black. So go watch that show if y'all can. I know it's kind of hard because it is Copaganda to some degree, but I don't think it pushes Copaganda like how a Law and Order does. And Law and Order was my guilty pleasure for a long time. I binged Law and Order to the point I binged Law and Order from episode 1 to season 13. I just stopped because I was like, I'm kind of tired of it. Especially because it's white propaganda. I'm over it. But for Cross, it's acceptable. He's a nigga. And the show is just valid. It's just a really good show. It's more mature. It's on Prime, so you know it's more mature themes. It has cussing. It has nudity. It's got some pretty good action. It's got some really good acting. So go check that shit out, y'all. Go check that shit out. But with that said, y'all, I ain't got shit else to chat about. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday. By the time you've seen this, I hope you've caught the amazing episode that was probably JJK. I'm assuming today's episode is going to be good. I haven't had a chance to see it yet. Like, comment, subscribe. Once again, thank you to all my new subscribers. I thank y'all so much. I went back to go look at some stuff. We gained 16 followers in this last month because just last month I posted on the community page, shout out for 70. So 16 the last month is incredible. Let's see if we can reach 100 before May 1st. Let's just see. That's just me putting it out there, talking to the big man upstairs. But anyway, that's enough out of me. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you next time. This is King Echo signing off.